Hello everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to another video here on the PokerStaples channel. We have a very exciting highlight for you today, $215 KO series final table coming up. So I think you're going to like it. Unfortunately on YouTube here, there's been a lot of issues in the poker community with strikes going on. So I've had to remove all of the training information in the description, which is fine, by the way. It's allowed by the rules. I've basically had to remove all the links that affiliate anything to do with poker that were not poker sites. So it's a little bit disappointing. So if you wouldn't mind, just drop a subscribe on the channel so that we can keep this thing going. I mean, I really don't make any money doing this. It really sucks what's happening with YouTube poker right now, but hopefully they're going to figure this out because this game is too great and this site is too huge for poker not to exist on it. That's my opinion anyways. Without further ado, enjoy the highlight. Now, what do we want to do with King Queen? Alfie, I'd love to play with. Like Mosquito is whatever. I guess I'm going to call. I mean, if I could guarantee Like Mosquito would fold to a re-raise, then I would definitely re-raise, but I don't know. I don't know, though. But at 2,520, do we have enough to continue? We have a gut shot, so we have about 9% to hit our straight on the turn, and about 18% by the river. We also have this backdoor Queen of Clubs. So it's pretty close here, I think. It's right on the edge. We have to remember they bet into 3 people, but we also have to remember they bet into 3 people with a bounty in play, too. We should lead on this turn now. If we had a 10, we're now ahead. If we had a club draw, we've now hit our flush. So that's the worst card for them when they have an ace. And when they have a draw, I expect them to just kind of, you know, or whatever. Like, let's say they had queen jack or what have you. I expect them to just kind of get out of the way. They do just fold on the turn, which is great. We might have bluffed with the best hand, right? We might have had it, but... Now the king jack of diamonds, we call in position. We're going to go 3 ways to the flop here. And we have the shortest stack. Arungo Basard bets, I call. Thanks, NC Mike. Thanks, man. Looking forward to it. We go 3 ways to the turn. It's the 7 of spades. This doesn't help our hands. Can we do anything here? It goes check, check. Yeah, you know what? I'll just start bluffing. Maybe at 13,000. Thing is, you're in danger just calls in the big blinds. Can still have ace queen, can have king queen, can have like queen 10, can have a lot of strong hands. But when Arungo checks, I feel okay to start bluffing. Am I going to continue on the river? That's an interesting, another question. But the likelihood we're going to get check raise here, I don't think is too much either. Long thinking to fold from You're in Danger. Back on Arungo now. Heads up. Hey! Get it through, man. Nice bluff for us. 84,000. Good pickup. Ace Queen all in for a bounty in the 215 KO series against Ace Jack. Hold it! Come on, chat. Let's go. Our first $53 bounty in the tournament. Chipping up to just shy of 100K. Almost doubled up here. Come on, man. That's a good start. Funeral's all in. First hand back, by the way. I'm going to fold to the overbet. That's fine. Ace King, Ace 10, please. 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 Yes. Let's go. Big pot coming our way. 100,000. An extra 50,000 and another bounty here. So we're up to $106 in bounties earned. And 130K stack. Great news, man. The bounty play, I think we call again on the turn. It's annoying on the river, right? We have top pair. We have a jack kicker. We're a little bit stuck here, to be honest. We're a little bit stuck with this hand because it's pretty good. And we also cover for a bounty, but we only beat bluffs if they shove on the end here. So do they have enough bluffs? That's kind of the question. Hopefully they just check, but they shove. But they shove. I think I'm going to fold, man. It's a hero fold indeed with this bounty, but I don't think the average person is bluffing enough. Clubs miss as well. Frustrating. There's no way they're value betting King 10 here. Don't think so. God, it's tough, dude. It's really annoying. I'm swinging back the other way to now I want to call. Because we lose to Kings, Queens, 7s. We lose to King, Queen. We lose to Ace, King, which I think you can value bet. But that's it, man. Kings, Queens, 7s, Ace, King, and King, Queen. They don't have King 7 suited or Queen 7 suited, I don't think. 4s, they could have a set of 4s as well. With a bounty as well, though, man. All right, I'm going to call. I've talked myself into it. Ace, deuce of clubs. Come on, man. They had the flush draw and they missed. Come on, chat. I almost folded, dude. They almost got me to fold. But now we're up to 158 in bounties. You'll love to see it. We got aces. We do have a good stack here. We have top set. Check back. We have the board 2 smashed, man. It's just they just have to fold way too much if we bet with 3 of the aces. So we'll check and hopefully they can catch something. They'll catch up a little bit, right? They bet pot. Call. No deuce or 7. Cool. Queen in the end is good. We're worried about 5-7 and 5 deuce. So, in other words, we're not very worried. We're about 6% worried and 94% pumped at this point. They check. We have to bet small, actually. They likely just have a really bad hand, so we're going to bet 22K. Leave them room to maybe bluff if they've had enough, but they just check fold. All right. We go to a flop. Ace, 8, deuce, 2 diamonds. Rebecca and Chris got to go to hockey soon. Are you guys going to hockey? It's a pretty good flop. What is the 530 phase 2? I don't understand the title. It's a shootout. It's like a multi-day. What the heck? We got more plants, man.
You like it?
I like it very much. It's super cool. Damn. Look at the plant vibes, man.
We don't have to have them down here, but we thought you'd like it and it should grow bigger as well.
It's very cool.
Oh my god, look what I got.
What'd you get? I'll tell you in a second, man. I'm catching up with the new plants. It's super cool. I like the vibes. This is very cool. Much better than being no vibes. Wow. That's not for me, chat, by the way. Don't get at me for being...
They're all for me.
You have a huge... You have a huge bowl of caramel chocolate profiteroles. That's a massive... That's a party size.
Yeah, 5 quid. I couldn't say no.
That's a Super Bowl size party bowl right there. I really like the plant, actually. It's pretty good. It's nice to have some plants back there. I'd love like a huge one, but it's tough to get a huge one, you know what I mean?
That's what she said.
Waluigi is all in for 1683. Simply D game is going to re-raise. I call, though. I'm interested in playing, especially with this 27 bucks. It's cheap, man. Get me in there. Get me in there. I like the plant. It's nice. The plant really fills it out. Yeah, that feedback. Whoa, 1 second, man. I just gotta focus in because I flopped a straight. There's a significant side pot. There's a bounty in play as well. I want to lead here. I bet 10K here. And there's a bounty in play. I'm gonna print it. We get raised. You don't have ace king, man. Get out of here, bro. All you can eat. No clubs. No clubs. $54 coming our way in a hot second here. Easy print. Come on. 27 bucks. Gonna raise up the aces right after that. With the aces, it's 10-10-5 flop. Gonna check. I think it's nice to mix in some checks here. You can bet for value too, but it's nice to have some strong hands that want to check. We have an ace on the turn. I think we need to bet now. I don't like checking again. We're gonna bet small because we have aces full of 10s. If they have a 10, they're gonna put in a raise at some point. If they don't, they have a pretty weak hand we're trying to get called by, right? So we bet small. They call 7 on the ends. And again, we're trying to get called by like a pretty weak hand here. So I'm going to just block bet again. Trying to get called by like 9s, 8s. If they have a 10, I expect them to raise. They had an ace, which is really unlucky for us. Well, I mean, it's lucky in that we got called, but like I just can't. It's so hard to have an ace when we have 3 of them. 1 on the board and 2 in our hand, you know? So if we knew they had that hand, we'd bet bigger. Of course, we could have got more money from those, but... All in for 20 bigs. Think it's worth it to gamble here. The bounty in play is whatever, but for 20 big blinds and ace jack, it's a good enough hand. It's king jack. We're ahead. Got to dodge the queen. Yo, we kind of have a stack going on in this tournament, man. I don't want to jinx anything here, man, but we kind of got a situation happening in this tournament. We're on 480,000 now. 156 left. Okay, so we go to the flop. Deuce 3-6 here. We're going to continuation bet. I think is fine. Bet raise, we call. Let's go to a turn. So jack of clubs doesn't change too much. The hearts have missed. Now our opponent's overcalling on the button here. I mean, maybe has 4-5 suited. Doesn't have deuce 3-6, 3-6 deuce. Could have 2s, 3s, or 6s, but that's really what they're saying. They're saying like, you know, I flopped a set, essentially. Which is a tough story to believe when they can also have a flush draw here and play it aggressively. And or just pure bluffs. So we're going to call again on the turn. The river is an 8. And I think, again, like... 25% of the time, they call 4-5 suited, maybe, pre-flop. So 3 combos of 6s, 3 combos of 3s, 3 combos of 2s. They squeeze jacks pre every time. I think we raise river. They have 225 back. I think we raise river. I just don't think it's likely enough they flop the set. Our hand's too good here. Okay, they bluff less than all in and they fold. I don't know. Probably not a good long-term strategy to do. If it's going to increase their bluffing frequency at all, you know, it's probably not a good idea. All right, the bounty's in play. We might not get a chance at it because we have a trashy hand, so we're susceptible to like aggressive moves, but let's see what happens. Start with a check. We flopped a pair. Good enough to continue to the turn. Check, check, check. Queen on the turn. If fold checks, I'm going to bet now. I want to protect our equity. Yep. Come on, chat. Huge bounty coming away. We are Salmon Felt official, dude. We're going to call with a 5-4. It's a trashy hand, but it's for 5 big blinds and 145 bucks. So I'm going to try and get the bounty, or at least have a chance to get the bounty. But maybe Anti-Z wants to just shove over the top. By the way, another senior. That's nice. That's a good flop. We flopped 2 pair. We're likely to get it here. Let's see how it plays out, though. Maybe Anti-Z has a jack, and it's just disaster for them. Hold. Let's go, dude. $145 and more chips. We're running hot in the 215 KO series. Come on. All right, we're in the money. Red Felt hype confirmed. 250 cash, 608 in bounties. We see a shove here for 12 blinds. This player's all in blind. I'm going to play as well. I'm going to call, full to a shove from here, and then decide against these two. Definitely call a shove from this opponent, from Gallbone, and there's going to be too much money in the pot as well. But the bounty is valuable, and I think we're doing well against Cole here. It's really tough against Call Me Midas. They thankfully fold. Simiuk, this is a close one as well. All right, nice. Folds around to the big blind. We would call an all-in from the big blind. Would prefer if they didn't, but if they do, so be it. Big spot here, chat. Big spot. Just about 300 in bounties in play and a lot of chips. They make a flush. Very disappointing. Can't hold it, man. That's a big spot. We're still in a great stack, though. We still have 800k, but it's... Oh, we're behind anyways. I didn't even realize. I thought we had ace-queen for some reason. We had ace-8. Well, I don't know what I'm complaining about. We don't win it, chat. We do not win it. Call. Call for 19k. Yeah. We flop a flush draw. Flush draws are good. Deuce 3-3. It's not an amazing flush draw. We're quite deep here, so it's not like it's a slam dunk. Just check, shove it in there. Like, we're going to have a little bit more nuance given how deep we are. So checks around to Jacques, who's going to bet 48,640. Now, the thing is, we're the most likely to have a 3 here in this situation, which is pretty interesting. Because we could just check raise and then just jam the turn and say, like, hey, I have ace 3, I have king 3, I have queen 3, I have jack 3 suited, 10 3 suited, 9 3 suited, you know. Wow. And now I actually think we're going to call. Now, this is pretty interesting. I'm calling being able to represent a 3. When it goes bet and a raise to 114,000. If we call here, most stacks got to be very scared because most likely most stack either has an overpair or a flush draw here. If they miss their flush draw, they're going to have to fold. And if they have an overpair, they're going to be terrified if I call a bet and a raise. So I really like this spot, especially against a senior. So I'm going to start with a call. 7 of the turn throws a bit of a wrench in the works here in that we now have some showdown value. When they have flush draws, we now have the best hand. So this is interesting. Bit of 184k. Again, I think it's a clear call in this spot now. Because I think the only 3 that most stack has is ace 3 suited and like pocket 2s full and quad 3s. It's really not very many hands. 5 on the end. So we've missed our flush. But we've shown a huge amount of strength. Bet, raise, cold call. Call on the turn. So check, check. Hope they had a flush draw. They had 4-5. Come on, chat. Let's go. Huge pot coming our way. Let's go, man. All right, king 10 of diamonds. 14 and 20 here. This is a nice hand. We can call a raise. We can't call a shove, though. I'm going to shove myself. The reason is they're going to raise quite wide with the bounty in play. I don't want to call, squeeze, and then open the door for them to re-squeeze. So it's just going to be a shove. Fold, Sunday night K. In the big blinds. It's going to call, okay? We've got a bit of a moment here, chat. Back on Matt Damon. He's got 2 bounties to play. 450 in bounties in play here. So, but also doesn't want to risk it against 5s. Come on. King 10 on the flop. Hold it. Let's go, chat. Big pot coming our way. 1.2 million and another bounty. Let's go. Let's go, dude. All right. 714 in bounties. 514 cashed. 19 left. Here's a shove call, man. For king queen, it's too good. 13 to 13, not enough payout pressure. They're going to shove wide with the bounty in play. Good luck, us, chat. It's a6. Come on, hold it. Hold it. Let's go, chat. Getting lucky, man, and we'll take it. 1.5 million in this 215. Let's go. Unlucky to be up against it, but hey, man, I think we invest here. I think we actually shove. With 12 blinds against whatever this is going to be and an extra $800 in the pot, it's worth it to gamble here. Our hand's pretty good, so we're all in. We're all in, chat. This is pretty sick. Pretty sick spot. This is what bounties will do to you, man. Good luck, us. Aces, no. 9. Oh my God, that's a full house. We're the luckiest people on the planet, chat. How do they have aces like that? There's someone all in blind. How do they have aces? How did we win? 1,500 in bounties. We're 7 of 11. We're not talking hot dogs, chat. We're talking in a KO series. We're not getting Slurpees here, man. We're playing for 20 bands. We're trying to buy a 7-Eleven. Gonna fold the 9-3. Oh my God, we're so lucky. Ooh, that's very small. Yeah, we limp call. It's too small here. If they're gonna make it less than 3x our limp, I mean, we're continuing, especially with suited hands. Go to a flop of 6-5 deuce. Cool. $500,000 in the middle. That's all right. 1,500 in bounties is pretty legit, right? But at 254, we call. Let's see a turn. Jack, preferably. 7 is not it. It's good for our range of hands, I think. Not good for our actual hands. Ace on the end. Pretty bad, too. I think check here is good. We don't beat much, really. We don't beat much. They're going to bluff on that card a decent amount, but then they also have a lot of value bets, too. So I don't think we can check call here with a 5. Just check and fold. Back on about 20 blinds now. We have ace-9 suited is very good hands. We will 3-bet against Pablo Potato, who's definitely been aggressive enough at this table to where I'm not worried about the 3-bet. So let's go for an all-in situation here. Scoop those 377,000. Hold. Yes! Let's go, chat. 3 million. Huge double up with the ace-9 against King Jack. Massive pot. Come on, man. We're basically tied now with these two. We have 3 players on the other table that are shorter than us. Let's go. We've been riding the short stack all day. And now we're in this thing, dude. 5 and 9. 20K for the win. Final table hype of the $215 KO series, event number 1 high. The first event of the series. We're at the final table, baby. Let's go. Coming into the FT with not a huge amount of chips, but I mean, you can't be upset at this point. This is going to go to red felt. There we go. 2.7 million. Look at the stadium. People are interested, man. Take a look at the stadium here. Money Monk on 2.2. One of the shorter stacks. We got Pablo Potato on 3 million-ish. Chamuri on 5. Corey on 3. Spectacular chip leader on 11.6. Dandelion, one of the shorter stacks on 2.4. Pot on 3.2. And then us. So we're doing okay. We're 6 of 8 right now. Payouts are in the bottom left-hand corner, but you got to remember bounties as well, because it's going to be about double the amount for first, at least, and could be up to triple. 8th place, 1148, 1640 for 7, 2267, 3100, 4400, 6500, 9600 for first and second, plus those bounties, anywhere from 20 to 30K for the win, depending on how much of a bounty crusher you are at this feature final table. So here we go, chat. Final table height. This is it, dude. Day 1 of the series. Jack 5 offsuit is not a great hand, but it's worth trying to limp here for 60,000. So we're going to give it a go. Money Monk has about 18 blinds to start the hand. So we cover them, which is cool. One of the 2 people we cover, but we don't want to play a big pot here either. King, Queen, Jack on the flop. Start with a check and a call, I think, if we see a bet come in. This is a spot where sometimes with small hands, they might just take a stab because it's easy to get like 8-7 to fold, right? So I think sometimes you have a one and done stab here, which is why I like continuing with our jack. But it's going to be difficult to continue to the river. And that's not a good turn. We could have an ace. It's possible. But I also think if they have a 10, it's a nice hand to bluff with, like a 10x type situation. So they bet again, and I think we have to give it up here. 2.5 million. Oh, man, this is it, dude. This is the thing, man. Because now it's just like, we're tied, we're tied, we're tied, we're tied. We all have the same stack, right? So we don't want to just reshove, they call with 10s, and have to flip when there's 5 of us tied here. I think I call for that reason. We definitely don't fold. The chip leader is going to open a wide range. The problem is we're all too close together. We don't want to risk it with the reshove. Just call and flop top pair. It's not it. Check fold here, dude. Actually check call for 182 because we're getting over 5-1 odds. They're going to shut down their bluff sometimes in the turn. We look really strong for calling here. And then sometimes we're just going to hit it as well, right? 2s and 4s with an ace kicker. We only lose to pairs. We never have a full house, and we never have a big pair. And they know that. I think we have to fold. Sometimes we're going to call on chop here. A reasonable amount of the time. But they can just have 8s, totally. They can have 7s, they can have 6s, they can have 9s. They can have 10s and play it this way. I think it's pretty reasonable. As well as bigger pairs, too. They could just have all those pairs. And it's a big mistake, given stacks are very close together. So I think it's a fold. All right, this is going to be an all-in spot if it folds to us. Definitely on average the best hand here. I expect to get called with our bounty in play, but like we are in last. So here it is, chat. Focus up. Send me your energy. Focus, chat. I know you're watching the Super Bowl, but give me a little bit of hype here. Ace-7 of spades, all in. $800 bounty available for our opponents as well. So here comes the action. Oh, we're going multi-weight, dude. We need some spades. Hit me with some spades. Actually behind the ace queen. Second place, $2,659, you guys. GG in 8th place. Very disappointing finish. Thank you all so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Once again, if you wouldn't mind dropping a subscribe, that helps me out big time in continuing to grow this channel moving forward. We got some more videos coming up for you very soon. Lots of interesting and unique content coming I think you guys are going to like. So stick around for that. But until next time, we'll see you later.